Hi church, great to be with you today. I just wanted to take a few moments of your time today to introduce a new song to you. This is a song we're going to start singing at church really soon, and I love the idea that you can actually get to know it a bit before singing it on a Sunday. The song was actually introduced to me by Imi Chan, who's another one of our worship leaders, and as soon as I heard it, it was one of those songs that just stuck with me and really struck me in a really powerful way, because it was musically beautiful, but also the words just so passionate, so vivid, tell such a story of what it means to respond to Christ with our whole hearts. The song's called Christ Be Magnified, and Psalm 34 verse 3 says, "Magnify the Lord with me, let's exalt his name together." And this song brings together that idea, but also the idea of all of creation worshipping the Lord. Verse 1 says this, "Were creation suddenly articulate, with 1,000 tongues to lift one cry, then from north to south and east to west, we'd hear Christ be magnified." Then it sort of stretches out to not just people, but the physical creation, the world, the earth. Says verse 2, "Were the whole earth echoing his eminence, his name would burst from sea and sky. From rivers to the mountain tops, we'd hear Christ be magnified." And I love that idea that all of creation singing his praises, and not wanting to draw attention to itself, and us not wanting to draw attention to ourselves, but to magnify Christ, to make him bigger. And in a sense, us smaller. John the Baptist said, "You must increase, we must decrease." And that's kind of the idea here, that we want Christ to be magnified through all that his creation, all that he's created. We want him to be magnified and for him to get the attention and the focus and the glory and the honor. And that's so much of what worship is about. The chorus says, "O Christ be magnified, let his praise arise. Christ be magnified in me. O Christ be magnified from the altar of my life. Christ be magnified in me." And I love that here it actually makes it personal. And it's so important that worship is a personal thing. We're directed in Scripture to worship God in spirit and in truth. And spirit really means that personal, deep part of us responding to God, our heart's cry right from deep within us, our spirit worshipping him. And worship needs to be personal, not just an idea, not just words, but a very personal response to God's revelation to us. Verse 3 says, "When every creature finds its inmost melody, and every human heart its native cry, then in one enraptured hymn of praise will sing Christ be magnified." Just beautiful words. And then the last part is the bridge. And this brings in lots of ideas that come from Scripture. It starts in Daniel, where it says, I won't bow to idols. I'll stand strong and worship you. And if it puts me in the fire, I'll rejoice because you're there too." And that idea of Daniel and, the three in the fire, and Jesus was the fourth one with them in the fire because they didn't bow to an idol. Next part of the bridge says, "I won't be formed by feelings. I'll hold fast to what is true. If the cross brings transformation, then I'll be crucified with you." And that's just the heart of worship. The heart of worship is to give ourselves, to lay ourselves on the altar before God. And that's what we're directed to do in Scripture, to be crucified with Christ. But it doesn't stop there, because death is just a doorway into resurrection life. If I join you in the sufferings, then I'll join you when you rise. And when you return in glory, with all the angels and the saints, my heart will still be singing, my song will be the same. Then it goes back into the chorus, "Christ be magnified, let his praise arise. Christ be magnified in me. Christ be magnified from the altar of my life. Christ be magnified in me." This is a song that really speaks to me, and I really feel really natural worshipping with these words, and I really hope you do too. And as we introduce it at church, in your living rooms or wherever you're watching the service, I would love you to sing it out, even if you need to take a week or two to absorb those words. I'll actually include the words on Facebook just underneath this feed, so you can read through them and perhaps just absorb them and let them touch you and then sing and worship along with us on a Sunday. And right now, I'm just going to sing and play this song for you to get to know it. So I hope you enjoy it, and look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.
Were creation suddenly articulate with 1,000 tongues to lift one cry? Then from north to south and east to west, we hear Christ be magnified. Were the whole earth echoing his eminence, his name would burst from sea and sky, from rivers to the mountain tops, we'd hear Christ be magnified. Christ be magnified, let his praise arise. Christ be magnified in me. Oh, Christ be magnified from the altar of my life. Christ be magnified in me. Every creature finds its inmost melody, and every human heart its native cry. Well then in one enraptured hymn of praise, we'd sing Christ be magnified. Oh, Christ be magnified, let his praise arise. Christ be magnified in me. Oh, Christ be magnified from the altar of my life. Christ be magnified in me. Bow to idols, I'll stand strong and worship you. And if it puts me in the fire, I'll rejoice 'cause you're there too. I won't be formed by feelings, I'll hold fast to what is true. 'Cause if the cross brings transformation, then I'll be crucified with you. 'Cause death is just a doorway to resurrection life. And if I join you in the suffering, then I'll join you when you rise. When you return in glory with all the angels and the saints, my heart will still be singing, my song will give you praise. Oh, Christ be magnified, let his praise arise. Christ be magnified in me. Oh, Christ be magnified from the altar of my life. Christ be